Ever wondered what makes billionaires so successful? It's not just about their wealth, it's their habits. These are 3 habits you can learn starting with number 1. For billionaires, time isn't just money, it's their most valuable asset. They know every second counts, and they're intentional about how they spend it. We all get the same 24 hours, but the difference lies in how we use them. You don't gotta plan every minute, but start focusing on your priorities. Focus on one thing that gets you closer to your goals. Start with small changes. For example, set 3 daily goals and focus on something that really matters. Instead of doom scrolling while taking a duty, why not use that time to learn something new? Read a few pages of a book, explore a new hobby, or just think about how you can be more productive. Even small changes add up.
I do generally try to divide companies, so it's predominantly one company on one day. So today's a Tesla day, for example. Although I might end up at Twitter late tonight, and then tomorrow would be partly a Tesla day as well, but sort of half Twitter, and then Thursday would be sort of a half SpaceX, half Tesla day. But these things are somewhat intertwined. So the time management is extremely difficult. And this is going to sound pretty strange, but I only have one part-time assistant.
How many days a week is that? The part-time?
I mean, I suppose it was Alice works, it would technically be full-time, but it's not. I do most of the scheduling myself. And the reason I do that is because it's impossible for someone else to know what the priorities are. And since the most valuable thing I have is time, I schedule it myself, for the most part.
Another habit billionaires have is that they never stop learning. They're always curious and improving. You don't need to dedicate hours to reading or studying. Just find one thing that you actually enjoy. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. One new thing a day adds up over time. Think about all the things you've already learned. Guitar, piano, or even a new language. Start small and aim for consistency. Begin today, and a year from now on, you'll be amazed at how far you've come. Remember, it's not about becoming an expert overnight. It's about building that habit of learning and making steady progress.
People ask, what mistakes should you avoid making? And my answer to that question is don't even bother trying to avoid mistakes because you're going to make tons of mistakes, right? And the important thing is actually learning quickly from whatever mistakes you make and not giving up.
The third habit billionaires have is taking calculated risks. That means they don't take risks just because they can. Instead, they make a plan and think what could happen before making a decision. Think of it this way. Can I handle the worst case scenario? And if the answer is yes, then move forward. But also think of all the good things that could happen, and if those rewards are worth the risks.
Of entrepreneurship in some ways is about risk-taking. But I think that many people misperceive what good entrepreneurs do. Good entrepreneurs don't like risk. They seek to reduce risk. So they are, you kind of, starting a company is already risky, and then you systematically eliminate risk step by step in those early days.
Taking calculated risks doesn't mean gambling it all away. It means being smart by doing research and making sure you know what could happen. The goal is to find a balance. Taking risks can pay off, but if they aren't planned well, they can go bad pretty easily. Think of it like this. If you want to start a business, you can't just hope it's going to work. You have to look at the market, understand the competition, and know your customers. By planning and understanding what could go wrong, you can make decisions that reduce risk. But even with the best planning, risks can still go wrong sometimes. That's why billionaires always have a backup plan. Even if you fail, it's a learning opportunity. Failure isn't the end, it's a chance to improve. Every time you fail, you get closer to success because you learn what doesn't work. The only place to go from failure is to win.